Hello Manchester United fans. Man United news, Ruben Amorim breaks more unwanted records amid Bruno Fernandes taunt. Manchester United are entering a season-defining week off the back of another defeat, and Ruben Amorim is facing fresh questions about his work so far as head coach at Old Trafford. Manchester United are licking their wounds again after another chastening defeat away to Newcastle on Sunday afternoon. Captain Bruno Fernandes may have said the team showed personality despite losing 4-1 at St. James Park, but the result leaves Ruben Amorim's team 3 points ahead of 17th position. And with the second leg of their evenly balanced Europa League quarter-final against Lyon to come on Thursday night, there is no time for United to feel sorry for themselves. Victory in Europe can offer the club a route into the Champions League and boost the coffers to strengthen Amorim's squad in the summer. Here are the big stories at the start of a crucial week at United. I am the Bruno. Bruno Guimaraes sent a not-so-subtle message to Bruno Fernandes after scoring Newcastle's fourth goal against Manchester United on Sunday. The Newcastle captain finished calmly past Altay Bayındır after the United goalkeeper couldn't clear Joelinton with his attempted pass, and he celebrated passionately. The last goal put the icing on the cake of Newcastle's emphatic second-half performance in their 4-1 victory at St. James Park. And Guimaraes wasn't shy to make his feelings heard, repeatedly shouting, "I am the Bruno," while pointing to his chest and the name on the back of his shirt before kissing the badge. Record breakers. Ruben Amorim's Manchester United side will officially post the club's worst showing in the Premier League era. The defeat at Newcastle means they can no longer reach the previous all-time low amount of points, which was 58. Even a stellar end to the season would see them hit 56 points, which will be the lowest total they've posted in more than 30 years. United have set a number of unwanted records this term, and it has long looked as if they will surpass the 8th-place finish from last term for all the wrong reasons. Erik ten Hag presided over that effort, but it now looks as if the club will finish in the bottom half for the first time. Amorim future. The Red Devils have taken just 23 points from a possible 63 in the Premier League since Ruben Amorim took charge, with the club having sacked Erik ten Hag in October. The sack question might sound premature, especially given Amorim's attempts to radically change the Red Devils' style of play and with so many players underperforming, but Sir Jim Ratcliffe has set a precedent. Manchester United handed fitness boost as Amad steps up return to training. Amad is now expected to play before the end of the season, and the Man United attacker has stepped up his return to training. Manchester United have been handed a timely boost after Amad returned to training on the grass at Carrington as he stepped up his return to fitness following an ankle injury. The 22-year-old posted a video on his Instagram account of him sprinting across the turf at United's training ground in the latest step back to a return to action for the forward. Amad hasn't played for the club since suffering an injury in training in early February, and he was initially expected to miss the rest of the season, but the medical bulletins have been more promising of late. Ruben Amorim was last asked about Amad earlier this month when he again confirmed he expected the Ivory Coast international to be back available before the end of the season, saying, "I think he will be ready in the final games." He added, "He's doing quite well. We hope to have him before the season is finished. We'll see, but he's anxious to play, so we are waiting for him." Amad posted the short video to his social media account on what is a recovery day for the first team after their 4-1 defeat to Newcastle United on Sunday. He is only seen doing running in it and isn't yet expected to return to full contact training. But the latest step in his return will be a major boost to Amorim after the dismal defeat at St. James Park. Amad was the standout player in the early months of Amorim's reign, and his absence has left the creative burden squarely on the shoulders of Bruno Fernandes. Amad registered 6 goals and 5 assists under Amorim before his injury setback arrived. Although United's Premier League season is a write-off, the former Atlanta man could return to impact the Europa League campaign. United face Lyon at Old Trafford in a quarter-final second leg on Thursday, with the tie poised at 2-2. If they progress past the League One outfit, the semi-finals will take place on May 1st and May 8th, with the final in Bilbao on May 21st. Ruben Amorim should consider Manchester United player who has not started in 803 days. Man United goalkeeper Andre Onana was dropped last weekend, and Altay Bayındır made a mistake for Newcastle's 4th goal. Altay Bayındır's audition didn't go as planned at St. James Park, and Ruben Amorim will decide whether Andre Onana returns to the Manchester United starting team later this week. Onana was dropped from the squad to face Newcastle and Beyender did not convince in his absence. The Turkish international conceded 4 times, making a mistake for Bruno Guimaraes' goal, and there is an expectation that Onana will reclaim his starting role against Lyon on Thursday night. It would be risky to start Beyender in United's biggest game of the season, so Onana might be considered the lesser of 2 evils despite being at fault for Lyon's goals in the first leg. Sir Alex Ferguson once said a great goalkeeper is worth 15 points throughout a season, but Amorim is operating with an inconsistent pair who have made mistakes and cost United this term. Whether Onana returns to the team against Lyon at Old Trafford depends on how Amorim feels about his performance in France. Onana made a huge error for Lyon's opening goal and was culpable for their equalizer, which might have been the straw that broke the camel's back. Onana will likely start in the second leg, but there is a small possibility Amorim has seen enough of the 29-year-old and will maneuver the coming weeks without him in the starting team. That would mean Beyender would step in, but there is a third option in the dressing room, someone with years of experience who has been underused during his second stint at the club. There is genuine reason to consider giving Tom Heaton a chance. Heaton hasn't started for United in 803 days and has made just 3 appearances since his return to the club. But he is a safe pair of gloves and the situation with Onana and Beyender could see him given an unexpected opportunity. Heaton made his long-awaited first-team debut against BSC Young Boys in the Champions League in December 2021, and he made a further 2 appearances in the 2022-23 season. Heaton kept clean sheets against Charlton and Nottingham Forest in the Carabao Cup. He has not made an appearance since but has been an important part of the goalkeeper union at United. So would Heaton actually be ready to play? He last got a run out for the under-21s against Barnsley in August. Heaton has also been absent from some matchday squads due to injury this season, but he recently returned to full fitness and has the experience to be called upon in such scenarios. Although Amorim doesn't seem close to feeling forced to turn to his number 3 goalkeeper, Heaton is waiting in the wings and is, crucially, a different option from Onana and Beyender. I still feel I've got an awful lot to give and I've got the bit between my teeth, said Heaton when he re-signed for United in 2021, and he would have expected to. Ruben Amorim makes huge U-turn in support of struggling Manchester United man. Ruben Amorim makes a huge U-turn as the fates of Joshua Zirkzee and Rasmus Højlund are decided ahead of the summer transfer window. Manchester United have had a dismal season with a range of issues including Andre Onana's problematic goalkeeping, numerous injuries, and lack of goals. Whilst Onana has been repeatedly questionable between the sticks, letting in some howlers, Ruben Amorim's strikers haven't been able to compensate for it by finding the net. Joshua Zirkzee's debut season at Old Trafford has been disappointing, whilst Rasmus Højlund suffered a 21-game streak without scoring. With neither of Amorim's strikers proving to be reliable in front of goal, it appeared that the pair would be offloaded in the coming transfer window to generate funds for new signings. Whilst United are looking at a range of strikers to replace the pair, with Patrick Schick of Bayer Leverkusen now joining the list, it looks like one of the dismal duo is set to stay. Give Me Sport has now reported that Ruben Amorim has decided he wants to retain Joshua Zirkzee with the belief that the 23-year-old is set to improve. It's expected that Højlund is still headed for the door, still having high stock in Italy after his spell with Atlanta. That said, United will have to accept taking a hit on the Denmark international, unlikely to recoup his £72 million transfer fee from his move back in 2023. Zirkzee, however, has gained Amorim's support, considered as being able to grow to fit the Portuguese manager's playstyle. Unfortunately, however, Zirkzee was forced off against Newcastle through a hamstring injury, with Amorim commenting, "I think he will be out for some games." Manchester United start monitoring Bayer Leverkusen superstar. Manchester United are now looking to Bayer Leverkusen to solve their attacking options by monitoring their interesting striker. Manchester United are looking at bolstering their attack this summer as their recruitment team continues to draw up a shortlist of reliable strikers. The shortlist is currently headed up by Ipswich Town's Liam Delap, who'll have a £30 million release clause should the Tractor Boys be relegated in the coming weeks. However, alongside Delap sits Matthias Cunha of Wolves, as the 2 Premier League strikers replace the likes of Victor Gyökeres and Victor Osimhen as more affordable targets. Now, the Red Devils are looking slightly further afield once more, with their sights on one of Bayer Leverkusen's stars. Previously, United have monitored Victor Boniface, However, this time it's the turn of Patrick Schick. Sky Sports Germany reporter Patrick Berger has reported that the 29-year-old is considered as an interesting option for United. With 23 goals and an assist in 40 games this season, the striker has helped Xabi Alonso's side to hold on to second place in the Bundesliga, sitting only behind Bayern Munich, who also knocked them out of the